So today I'd like to talk about nanotechnology and its integration into society. So one of the main issues with nanotechnology is do the benefits outweigh the ethical and health concerns, and if it does, how much should we invest into it? So my solution is to increase government funding into nanotechnology research and development, and encourage private companies to start production of nanotechnology as industrial and labor enhancers under strict regulations without fully taking over the jobs of the people. So before I talk about implications of modern nanotechnology, I'd like to talk about historical benefits in the history of nanotechnology. So nanotechnology's ancestor began as large sensory technology, which included security cameras and TSA screening checks. These were both widely accepted in this society as a way to increase security, although it also has ethical concerns, but it's still widely accepted as more safe than whatnot. So the history of nanotechnology, the concept and name was first introduced by Richard Feynman in 1959, and it started out really slow and gradually snowballed effect as leading engineering companies started to research and dabble into it, until it became the thriving industry it is today, with nanotechnology-focused companies starting to form. So nanotechnology started very crude and underdeveloped, and it overwent Moore's law, and it became more efficient, it became more powerful, and it became cheaper to build. So currently it has the ability to become mass-produced due to all these advancements, and it has a wide range of applications such as environmental to medical. So nanotechnology could go hand in hand with artificial intelligence, and together they could act almost like animals in olfactory. They both have genes or codes that tell them how to perceive things through their senses, and through these they react to certain things that they find they need to react to, such as animals react to food or threats, and nanotechnology reacts to the specific job and conditions that they were programmed to react to. These are infinitely quicker and more effective than humans are, in that they can react instantly rather than humans who might have stresses and may not see it as quickly. And as it develops, they're less likely to make errors over time. So these graphs are produced by a research team that tried to reduce errors in nanotechnology. So the first image shows different methods of trying to reduce errors, and in taking these more efficient methods, they applied it to a larger block of time and found how much error is actually reduced in nanotechnology when it does apply these methods. So nanotechnology is very prevalent in medical. Improvements if we further develop nanotechnology, we'll be able to analyze diseases at a molecular level and possibly even target these diseases. They could also be used for gene therapy or manipulation and drug delivery. So this graph shows the exponential increase in nanotechnology in the medical field in demands for nanotechnology products. So in 2004, you can see it's very low, and there's an exponential curve as it reaches 2014, showing that it's a growing industry and it's also needed for more funding from government. So some limitations to my solution include the toxicity of nanotechnology. Currently, it's very hazardous, especially in production, due to it's really easy to intake these nanoparticles, and it could cause damage and diseases to the organs. Further development and testing is needed to output these into the general public and especially private places. This graph shows cell viability of nanotechnology. This is a control with cell viability very high. And when they're exposed to different kind of nanoparticles, you can see they gradually get lower. So a more efficient way of developing nanotechnology is needed. There's also potential for corruption in the government. In order to use nanotechnology to the fullest potential, it's very reliant on a healthy government to monitor it correctly. Possibility of increased surveillance and monitoring over civilians and industrial scenes is possible with infringement of human rights. So some other possible solutions to this issue include reduced funding towards nanotechnology research and production. Some pros of this solution are ethical and privacy concerns are no longer a problem, and more money towards more stable scientific topics. But some cons of this is the loss of possibility to advance nanotechnology and the loss of these jobs that nanotechnology can do that other fields cannot really do, such as the gene therapy and manipulation. Another solution is the mass production of nanotechnology into all features of society with huge funding and development. Some pros is a huge boom in nanotechnology and it could be widely developed into many different fields and could be potentially more developed. Some cons of this is the threat to the job market as they continue to take over human jobs, and major concerns in all of our limitations in toxicity and corruption. And if these issues cannot be addressed, there's a huge risk in the society being plummeted in development due to the amount of money invested. So privacy and ethical concerns could also be extremely prevalent, as unhealthy government could really infringe human rights in monitoring them. So my conclusion is that increasing government funding towards the development of nanotechnology, along with the encouragement for private companies to start production of nanotechnology under strict regulations to protect the job market and ethical concerns.
Alright, thank you. Alright, so let me ask you some questions. Alright, so what, if you have more time, what additional research would you conduct related to this issue?
I'd probably conduct more research into perhaps the development of nanotechnology into other perspectives, such as the energy communication, entertainment purposes. Due to the short amount of time and such a short presentation time, I couldn't really emphasize on that.
Okay. And how did you handle the differing perspectives in order to reach a conclusion?
It was difficult to pick this solution due to the limitations it provided, but due to the research papers that I found, I felt more confident that nanotechnology can be part of the future and provide more usage than it's getting.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you.